My brothers and sisters, I saw the US president sign a proclamation that crushed the dreams of millions of Indians in a single stroke. September 21st, America declared economic war on India's brightest minds overnight. The H1B visa fee soared from 215 to 100,000, a staggering 47,000% increase. This wasn't immigration policy, it was a calculated strike at the heart of India's IT empire. Within hours, Indian markets crumbled. Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, HCL, Tata Consultancy Services, $280 billion in value wiped out as investors realized the president hadn't just changed visa rules. He had executed India's most successful global industry with surgical precision. This was no accident. With 70% of H1B visa holders being Indian, any attack on the program becomes a direct assault on India's economic lifeline. The US president knew exactly what he was doing, dressing up economic warfare as immigration reform. But punishment only works when victims have no options. India in 2025 is not India in 1995. Today, India has alternative markets, partners, and opportunities that weaken American leverage and reduce dependence on US shores. Yes, Indian professionals now face hardship, uncertainty, and disruption to carefully planned lives. But they also embody what Trump fears most: undeniable proof that America's prosperity rests on global talent it cannot generate alone. Indian engineers build the software that powers American banks. Indian programmers create the apps that drive American commerce. Indian doctors fill America's hospitals. Dependency is mutual. America needs Indian talent as much as Indians seek American opportunity. Trump's policy assumed a one-way relationship, that India needs America more than America needs India. But the market reaction exposed the truth. American tech stocks fell alongside Indian IT companies because investors know in today's world, the flow of talent is global and prosperity is shared or lost. Together, the long-term consequences of this policy will reshape the future of global technology. Indian IT companies are already accelerating nearshore strategies, setting up operations in countries that combine visa accessibility with proximity to the US. Mexico, Canada, and Caribbean nations are emerging as hubs for serving American clients without relying on H1B visas. More importantly, Indian firms are cutting back their dependence on the US market altogether. When American operations become too costly due to visa restrictions, attention naturally shifts to Europe, Asia, and emerging economies where growth comes without immigration barriers. This diversification strengthens India's global standing, while weakening America's technological ecosystem. Talent that once flowed into Silicon Valley now spreads across continents, fueling innovation in nations eager to challenge US dominance. My brothers and sisters, the H1B fee hike exposes America's failure to grasp 21st century economics. In today's interconnected world, no country can lead in technology through isolation. Innovation thrives on diversity, cross-cultural collaboration, and the free movement of talent. By closing the doors to Indian professionals, Trump hasn't safeguarded American jobs. He has hastened America's decline. Nations that welcome displaced Indian talent will secure long-term advantages in artificial intelligence, software development, biotechnology, and other fields shaping the global economy. This policy also reveals the contradiction in American rhetoric. The US claims to embrace the world's best and brightest, yet it prices out the very talent that sustains its technological edge. You cannot wall off excellence and expect innovation to survive. India's path forward must be one of strategic patience and aggressive diversification, reducing reliance on any single market, forging partnerships across nations, and creating opportunities that do not depend on American approval or access. The professionals caught in this transition deserve support, retraining, and new pathways to success that are not tied to American visa policies. India's own technology sector, strengthened by European alliances and emerging market opportunities, can absorb displaced talent while laying down more resilient economic foundations. More importantly, this crisis should push India to create domestic opportunities that compete with, or even surpass international alternatives. When engineers choose Bangalore over Boston, when Mumbai offers better prospects than Manhattan, brain drain turns into brain circulation, fueling India's strength rather than depleting it. Trump's visa policy was not just an attack on immigration. It was an admission that India had become too successful, too independent, too attractive as an alternative to US-centered systems. The severity of the move itself confirms India's rising global influence. Yet within this challenge lies an extraordinary opportunity for India to prove that prosperity does not depend on American permission. Every Indian professional who thrives outside US frameworks demonstrates that excellence transcends geography and that innovation flows wherever it is welcomed and rewarded. The H1B fee hike marks the end of an era when America could dictate global talent flows through immigration policy. In today's multipolar world, talent has choices, and the nations that embrace it will rise, while those that shut their doors will fall behind. My brothers and sisters, this is what happens when emerging powers confront the old order. The established hegemonies use every weapon to hold on, but when those weapons expose fragility instead of strength, the shift toward new leadership only accelerates. India's response will decide the outcome, whether we emerge weakened or stronger than ever. Choose strength. Choose independence. Choose the future over the past.